Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Rachel's Page Turners. If you weren't aware, a couple of days ago it was my birthday, so I wanted to do a birthday haul. I already showed this in my 27 facts about me, but just in case you didn't watch this video, this was my gift from my fiance. He got me a bag full of my all-time favorite scent. We have sweet pea body sprays, we have sweet pea lotions, and sweet pea soap. And he said that I have a surprise on the 13th and he won't give me any hints. But he still wanted to give me something for my actual birthday, so that's what he got me. It was very, very considerate and very sweet. And I got a bunch of books from my in-laws. First book I got from them is Still Alice by Lisa Genova. I apparently put this on all the rest of the books that they gave me on my TBR list on Goodreads. My list is so massive I don't remember it. But obviously I had heard about this book before and I put it on my list because it sounds really interesting. As you can see, that's Julianne Moore, so they've already done a movie based off of this book. I'm going to try to read this first before watching it. And I think this is going to be really sad because this main character, I think, has Alzheimer's. This is going to be really sad. It looks like that she is really successful. You know, she's a psychology professor at Harvard. Is married, has children, and a tragic diagnosis changes her life. So she ends up getting Alzheimer's. So yeah, this is going to be devastating. Next book I got from my in-laws is this beautiful book, Friends with Boys by Faith Erin Hicks. I loved Superhero Girl. I absolutely loved that. I thought it was really charming and really witty. After really enjoying that book, I looked on her Goodreads page and just clicked on everything that she did. Like, all right, I want to read this now. I want to read this now. Like Superhero Girl, this is also a graphic novel. Maggie starts high school for the first time and she's pretty scared, but it looks like her big brother's has her back. She's going to be just fine in high school. But looks like a ghost won't leave Maggie alone. Can her new friends help her, or is she destined to be haunted forever? Oh, and I know for a fact I'm going to enjoy this because this little, like, quote thing on the back says, fun for kids who can appreciate stories about teen angst that do not wallow in depression or self-loathing. Thank you. Next book I got for my birthday is The Murk and the Midnight Hour by Jane Nickerson. And the description in the back is pretty short and sweet. Southern girl, a wounded soldier, a chilling force deep in the forest, all collide at night's darkest hour. I know for a fact I put this on my TBR. I don't remember why. And of course there's nothing inside to tell me what the story is going to be. So this is going to be a surprise when I finally pick it up. And this book has a whole lot of promise. Whispering Swarm by Michael Moorcock. The font is so fancy I can't read it. And the reason why it shows so much promise is this little quote here on the front by Brandon Sanderson, and I love his books. I owe a lot to Moorcock. That's what his name is. As does fantasy at large. If you haven't read his books, you're missing something grand. This is the first book in a trilogy. It is a sci-fi and fantasy legend. Oh, that's Michael Moorcock. Never mind. Oh, this is almost like, I'm reading the back, and this is almost like an alternate universe autobiography. Yeah, I'm not going to read the whole back, but it basically says Michael Moorcock begins a new trilogy that uniquely builds upon autobiography, his love of London, and a lifetime of literary mastery. Basically, this cool city exists, but it has never suffered through any, like, the world's, like, trials and tribulations. Like, there's no plague, no great fire, no blitz. This sounds really interesting. Now, of course it sounds interesting. I put it on my TBR, but I actually am really looking forward to this. And the last book I got from my in-laws is Warm Bodies by Isaac Marion. I saw the movie before reading this because I didn't realize it was a book. From what I remember of the movie, it has been a while since I've watched it, but this guy is a zombie who falls in love with this girl who is a survivor, and she goes to kill him, I think, or somebody goes to kill him, and then he sees her and he kind of like falls in love with her, and the act of falling in love kind of like cures him of being a zombie. I'm probably not doing it justice. I'm probably gonna have to reread it. I'm probably gonna have to read this and then give it adequate description And the last gift I got from my in-laws is birthday cake tea from David's Tea. I love the tins there. And of course, even though it's really hot, I had to make myself a cup when I first got this, and it is delicious. It is everything it promised. It actually tastes like liquid cake, and especially I use Italian sweet cream as creamer. I usually use creamers rather than milk because I'm lactose intolerant, and sweet cream is just my favorite. The full sugar sweet cream made this just really sweet. It really tasted like I was drinking cake. I also have sugar-free creamer in the house because my fiance is diabetic. Yeah, our cake is going to be probably horrendous to our guests when we finally get married. It obviously cuts down on the sweet, but it's still really tasty. I love this tea. I'm just really loving this tea. Just to give you guys an idea of what it looks like in the inside, you can see all these cool tea leaves, and it has all these sprinkles. So not only does it say it's birthday cake and it tastes like birthday cake, but it really looks like birthday cake. And I'm so sad that you guys can't smell this. This just smells so sweet and delicious. So I have other books to show you, but these weren't gifts. I bought them within the last month, and I bought them with the attitude, hey, it's your birthday soon, treat yourself. And because that was my attitude, I'm just gonna show you these books in this video. If you don't follow me on Instagram, my fiance and I recently went to see Cirque du Soleil in Boston. The tickets were a gift from John's boss. The show was awesome. It was amazing. I really especially loved the soundtrack. John and I have been listening to the soundtrack nonstop, and when we saw the show, I bought the program there. It was very steampunkish, which is why I think his boss got us those tickets, because he knows that John's really into steampunk. Bless you. And let me tell you, these end pages, they're just so pretty. And because it is Cirque du Soleil, they have a description of the show in English and in French. And that was another reason why I picked this up. One, because it's a really pretty book. And two, I'm practicing French. I'm trying to learn French, and I wanted something to try to practice my French with. And I think my favorite aspects of the book is just the giant photos that are in it of all these different characters. This guy was my favorite. I just thought he was really enjoyable to watch. The photos are just really gorgeous. And I'm just going to keep this book for a really long time. Like I said, there's that practical aspect of me practicing my French, but the book is just so pretty. Now, a couple weeks ago, I had gone on an audition, and coming back from the audition, I was stuck waiting for the tea. And the tea was really delayed, and I just didn't want to wait in this like oppressive heat, because if you're not aware, like underground subway, just the heat and the moisture is just a really uncomfortable experience, having to wait 40 minutes for the train. And that wasn't something I wanted to do, so I took a breather outside, and as luck would have it, there was a secondhand bookstore across the street. So I ended up going over there and spent the entire time waiting for the train in there. And walking around, I kept pulling books that I wanted, and as much as I wanted to treat myself, I had to like do the responsible thing and put some books back. The books that did make it out with me were Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen, The Tempest by William Shakespeare, and lastly 3-Minute J.R.R. Tolkien by Gary Raymond. I don't own a copy of Sense and Sensibility, at least I didn't before now. It's my favorite Jane Austen book. It's funny, my first experience with it was actually the Alan Rickman and Emma Thompson movie, and I just fell in love with the movie that I had to pick up the book, and I really enjoyed the book. And it's just been one of my favorites. The Tempest is actually one of my favorite William Shakespeare plays. I had to read this as part of my theater degree in college. And there's actually a movie with Helen Mirren, and I don't remember who else, but I just remember watching it with Helen Mirren, and I just thought that movie was just fascinating. And the story itself was also fascinating. And 3-Minute J.R.R. Tolkien. This store had a ton of like behind the scenes stuff with J.R.R. Tolkien and the movies, and I almost left all of them. I ended up picking up this one because, you know, end pages. Pretty end pages. And it looks like that there's everything about Tolkien in here. Like we have his life, we have Oxford, oh, don't glare, Oxford, oh, the Great War. This is like almost like a little biography about J.R.R. Tolkien, as well as snippets about his works. this just seemed like a really great companion guide with all my Lord of the Rings books. So that is everything I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And it's funny, as much as I love books, obviously I have a booktube channel, I think my favorite thing I got this year was this tea. So what was your favorite thing you ever got for your birthday? Please feel free to talk about that down in the comments below. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!